Hamilton obviously got enough trust in Kyle Jarvis to be able to negotiate the bowlers.
At some point you do, you have to. I mean, he's been there for 19 deliveries and an hour, well, 56 minutes, almost an hour. That could be close. Up goes the finger. Bangladesh have won the test match by 143 runs, and Shakib Al Hasan, the man to take the final wicket. Bangladesh rejoice. They've squared the series. Zimbabwe all out for 257. Always seemed likely that Shakib Al Hasan would have too much for the last man, Kyle Jarvis, and he finishes with 3 for 52. And I must say, wonderful sportsmanship and decorum out in the middle as the players shake hands and celebrate, and the captain, I'm glad to say, has got a souvenir stump. It's just the 4th test match victory for Bangladesh, and they've been really good value for it.
Well, Neil, a really well-deserved victory by the Bangladeshis. You can see Shakib Al Hasan and Robbie all there having a good time, enjoying the victory. The captain, who was just in picture there, has had a fantastic test match. He's kept the middle order together. He's got the bowlers working well together, and a couple of half centuries for him, 7 runs short of 100 in the second innings. A very, very well-deserved victory by Bangladesh.
2-match series tied at 1 match apiece. The next step for Zimbabwe is to get back to playing 3-match series, because I must say the prospect of a decider would be, if not mouth-watering, certainly extremely intriguing. Umpires Tony Hill and Ian Gould have had their ups and downs in this match, but glad to say that if there were mistakes, it hasn't affected a well-deserved victory for the tourists. They have outplayed Zimbabwe in the same way, perhaps not quite as extensively actually, as Zimbabwe outplayed the tourists in the first test match when they won by 335. This is how it all ended. And you know what, that's pretty close to leg stump, wasn't it? But Ian Gould had the finger up because Shakib has been turning it quite sharply. That one looked like it may actually have skidded on and, well, perhaps maybe just shaved the outside of leg stump, but it doesn't matter, it's academic. Shakib has delighted that man and all of the millions of Bangladesh supporters who were massively disappointed, and understandably, after the first test match. Hamilton Masakadza, I think, has provided a really genuine moment of consolation for the home side by finishing unbeaten on 111, and congratulations all round. Bangladesh win by 143. Another consolation perhaps, Tino Moyo, is the fact that they survived 95.5 overs, Zimbabwe. No cheap collapse.
Yeah, we spoke about it yesterday. I gave them 120 to 130 overs. A couple of, I would call, soft dismissals in the innings. But like I said earlier, due credit to Bangladesh. They've really outplayed Zimbabwe in the second test match. They've lifted themselves after the first loss, and they've shown some good character. Going down to Bulawayo in a couple of days' time for the first one-day game on Friday. It's going to be interesting because they're on top of their game.
Hamilton Masakadza featuring in 9 of the 10 partnerships, coming in at number 3 and remaining unbeaten until the end, and 38 for the last wicket with Kyle Jarvis. A lot of partnerships got going, but nobody really went on. Zia Rahman, 4 for 63, the standout performer. For once, Robiul Islam maybe not getting the rewards that his efforts deserve, but he still finishes the series with 15 wickets in 2 test matches. That's outstanding from him. Very impressive indeed. Hamilton Masakadza, the only century maker, although Mushfiqur Rahim's 93 was perhaps the result-defining innings from him. Him and Nasser Hussain's unbeaten 67, taking Bangladesh from a precarious 65 for 4 to 291 for 9, at which point they declared, leaving Zimbabwe a target of 401 in 139 overs. They haven't got there. They've been bowled out for 257, Bangladesh winning by 143 runs to tie this Teletalk 3G Test Series at a match apiece. Right, we'll take a short break, and when we come back we'll have the presentation in the second innings, which really shaped things. 4 wickets fell yesterday evening. The target was 401, and 4 wickets fell Tino Moya yesterday evening. The first Reggie to cover, and then Vusi Sabanda following. And it was hard for Zimbabwe to recover from that.
It was very hard for them to recover from that. They needed somebody to get a big score there. That was Brendan Taylor, LBW to Rahman. Just nipping back there, no real feed from Brendan. And adjudged LBW by the umpire. Malcolm Waller, again, no feed from him. It's just straightened on him a little bit. And that was Zaya's second.
Massively disappointing this from Shingi Masakadze, because he'd done so well playing straight. And I tell you, there wasn't much doubt about the decision. That was a disappointing dismissal, but that was possibly the softest of the entire innings. Elton Chigumbura's 9th delivery, and he's chipped it straight to mid-wicket. He won't be happy with that.
That's Richmond Mutumbami being bowled off the inside edge. He had played a beautiful straight drive the delivery before. No need really for that big flash. And then Graham Creamer, outside edge. Rahman again striking. He bowled a really good area and created those chances outside of the off stump. Robiel to Keegan Meth. Plum in front there, walking across the stumps, not playing the best of strokes he could have. And Zimbabwe had lost their 9th.
That's how it ended. Disappointingly for Zimbabwe, Kyle Jarvis. So that was slightly questionable, but it didn't matter in the end, because the result was unaffected.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the presentation area. My first port of call is to, first of all, welcome our dignitaries here at the Teletalk 3G Test Series, powered by Pranfuto. First of all, Mr. Habibur Rahman, who's the General Manager, Sales and Marketing, Teletalk Bangladesh Limited. Welcome here this afternoon. Also to Mr. Saifur Rahman Khan, DGM, Teletalk Bangladesh Limited. Mr. Peter Jengoka, Chairman of the Zimbabwean Cricket Board. Gentlemen, welcome. I call on the losing captain to come and have a word with me, Brendan Taylor from Zimbabwe. Brendan, commiserations, the turnaround from the first test match.
Yeah, we expected them to come back stronger, and they did that. I think we might have let ourselves down a little bit on the first day, which set the tone, but they had some solid performances, and you got to give them credit for that. Their opening bowler, Rubiel, bowling 100 odd overs in 2 test matches is phenomenal. So, and then their middle order, obviously, were very solid, made it tough for our bowlers, but they bounced back strong. But it's good to go take it 5 days, and hopefully we can carry some momentum into the 1 days.
Where do you think in the test match things gone wrong? Because it just seemed from the beginning Bangladesh had the upper hand.
Yeah, I think the wicket, taking nothing away from Bangladesh, I think the wicket played a little bit better than we thought it would. In saying that, I think we let leak too many boundaries and let them off the hook pretty early. But I think they showed their patience, and they made it, and they waited for their scoring options. So that it made it difficult for us, but. Like I said, there were some quality performances from them, and they deserved the win. And but we're fairly pleased with some of our own individual performances, and we can be proud with the 1-all series.
You must have been also a little bit disappointed. There's something that you got to work on, is the top of the order, to make sure that you get good partnerships going. But I mean, Hamilton Masakadze played well in the second innings.
Yeah, he's a guy that we look to build a bat around, and he's a guy who works extremely hard. So I'm very happy for him, and I'm sure he's going to come good in the 1 days and be nice and solid for us.
Well, hard luck, and good luck with the 1 day coming up later this week.
Cheers, thanks, Jim.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Taylor, captain of Zimbabwe. I now call on the winning captain from Bangladesh, Musfiqur Rahim, to come and have a few words with me. Mushfiqur, first of all, well done. You must be a happy man this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. Always test win is a big achievement for us, and after losing the first test, all the pressure on us, but the boys stuck to the basic and they applied themselves in the middle, so very happy for them.
Now, after the disappointment of the first test match being bundled out and being bowled out cheaply, you guys really came back in this test match with a purpose.
Yeah, definitely. I told during that first test we didn't apply ourselves in the middle, but in the second test we had a long chat, and also boys really stuck their hands up, and also especially the senior guys, they really played well, especially the batsmen like Shakib, Nasir, then Tamim in the first inning. So that showed the character of our team, and hopefully we will momentum carry on the ODI.
It was a team effort, but it just, I mean, I've got to mention a few players stood out for me. Nasser Hussain, yourself, and also let's spare a thought for Ruby Ul, who bowled a heck of a lot of overs in both the test matches.
Yeah, definitely. He's a hard-working guy, and he's all the hard work is paying off. So very happy for him. He bowled really well, and also backed up by Jia and Shakib and also Ghazi. And as you said, Nasir is really consistent throughout the last 2.5 years. So hopefully he will continue. And Shakib, as you said, they're really playing well. So hopefully they will continue.
So tell me where to from here now.
Hopefully we will carry on that momentum to the ODIs, because as I said, Zimbabwean, they are very hard competitors, so hopefully we will put up a great show in the ODI.
And you're enjoying the tour so far?
Yeah, definitely. When you are winning, you are always enjoying, so hopefully we will carry on.
Congratulations and well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winning captain, Mushfiqur Rahim. There are a few awards that needs to be handed out, so I'm first of all for the most sixes in the match, and that will be handed out by Mr. Khan from Talitalk Bangladesh Limited. It goes to, I beg your pardon, Mr. Peter Chingoka, the chairman of the Zimbabwean Cricket, will hand out the most sixes in the match, and that goes to Hamilton Mazakatsa for his 5 sixes. Thank you, Hamilton. Well done. Congratulations. Then for the Man of the Match award, and this was adjudicated by the commentators, and unanimously, this will also be now handed out by Mr. Safir Khan, and unanimously the commentators decided that the Man of the Match for his 60 in the first innings and captain's knock of 93 in the second innings, Mushfiqur Rahim. Yes. Mushfiqur, before you run away, I'm just going to ask you one little question. I know you've spoken about the team, how well you've done. Your personal performances, you must have been very happy. You came in difficult situation, delicate situation of the test match, and you really played a captain's knock and you led from the front.
Yeah, definitely. It has been a good, as you said, good test for me, and I just tried my level best. And credit goes to Shakib and also Nasir. They support me all the way through, so all the credit goes to our boys also.
Go and enjoy the moment.
Thank you.
Mushfiqur Rahim, ladies and gentlemen, man of the match. And then also it was a tough one because there were some brilliant performances in the test matches, in both the test matches. The man of the series was also adjudicated by the commentators. After a lot of contemplation, a lot of arguments and a lot of debate, in the end, the commentators decided for his 15 wickets in the series, best of 6 for 71, Rubiul Islam, man of the series. We've got interpreter with us because Rubiul doesn't speak English, but first of all, well done. How are you feeling at the moment?
Good. Feeling good.
Feeling good. Can you bowl another 100 overs because you did a lot of bowling?
He said if the team needs to bowl, he can bowl, no problem.
Well, you must be a very fit man, and you must be, your coaches must be very proud that you haven't broken down any of the test match because you bowled long spells as well.
বলছে তুই অনেক ফিট এখন বলছে তুই বল দে মানে কোচেস অনেক হ্যাপি কারণ তুই অনেক ফিট বলছে অনেক কষ্ট করছে আর এটা আমি পারি অনেক বড় ইমোশনাল এটা বলে দিতে না so he said he's already like he can bowl long spells and he's mentally tough so that's why he did really well.
Who do you attribute your successes to that you've had in this Test series?
কাকে করবে আমি বলে দিই যে আমাদের এই জিতা এবং তোর বোলিং আমরা ওই যে সাভারে যে মারা গেছে ওদের ইয়ে করি হ্যাঁ he normally dedicated this win and this bowling to all the people who dies back home in the tragic death so we dedicate this win.
Thank you very much and good luck and enjoy the moment. Rubial Islam attributing to, let's remember also the people in Bangladesh who tragically passed away last week when the building collapsed. Well done. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to hand over the trophy for a drawn series. Remember, if we recall back, Zimbabwe won the first Test match quite comprehensively, but Bangladesh bounced back to come and win this Test match quite comprehensively as well. So, to hand over the trophy to the two captains for a drawn series, I ask Mr. Habibar Rahman to hand over the trophy to Musfika Rahim and also to Brandon Taylor. Seems like that trophy will spend 6 months in Bangladesh and 6 months here. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our presentation.
Delighted Bangladesh side, and with good reason. They arrived, some said, without enough preparation time, and they were rolled over for under 150 in both innings of the first.